welcome to episode 40 of WCAT Chats. I'm Alex Carr, joined alongside by Palmer Ruth and Nitin Raju. And then turning to the left, I got Stella Chartrand and Kate Harley, both varsity girls basketball players. And how you guys doing today?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, last night you had your second region game of the year. How did that go for y'all as a team as well as individually?
Well, we started off a little rocky just because I think we came out hesitant, but I mean, to the second half, like Kate said earlier, like we came out and just destroyed them in the second half. We didn't win, but it was still a good time for our team.
I think it was good. We haven't really faced a lot of good competition yet this year. We've had some competitive games, but this was our really first tough team, and I think it showed us that we're gonna face adversity this year, and it taught us some good lessons and staying positive even when we're not playing our best.
You guys have scored more points than you guys have allowed. Clearly your defense has been very strong. What have you guys been doing?
I mean, we've been changing it up. Like, our girls been putting in different plays and whatnot. I feel like we switch between a man, a 2-3 zone. We did a 1-3-1 for the first time last night, and then we usually press teams, but last night the Holy Innocents girls were hard to keep up with, so we didn't press them last night, but we just have a bunch of different defenses, so it's like really keeps them on their feet and they never really know what to do.
Going on to the offensive side of ball, what kind of schemes have you guys implemented to really score so many points?
I feel like transition and fast break is something that we do best. We've had a hard time setting up plays. We do have a lot of plays, but we have a young team and it's kind of hard to follow those plays. But when we do run them, we usually do score.
And then, you come into this year, you lose a key player, and then obviously y'all become seniors, kind of elevated, not only into an elevated playing position, but also as a leader. What's that been going into this senior year?
Yeah, I think we're really trying to focus just on the group we have this year and not groups last year, because it is a really amazing group this year. Everybody's so close. We're kind of smaller this year, which I think makes us more close knit. And Stella's been doing a great job as captain, leading everybody. Yeah, I'm really proud of her as a senior leader.
Thanks. I feel like what Kate said, it's a lot different from last year. The pace is different, but we have a great group of girls, and I think that when the team's bonded, the chemistry's good. You play good too. So even if we lost a huge talent last year, then we can still play well.
Yeah.
And as senior captains, have you implemented any new traditions that you want to get started, or anything fun that you guys do after a win or anything like that?
I mean, before a game, we always listen to the same song to get us hyped. We've done it for the past 3 years, but after the games, we stay excited, just normal stuff.
And what's the song?
Rake It Up. Not very appropriate, but it's still a good song.
All right. I've never actually personally heard it, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, it's great.
Should we do a little live listen to
It's apparently not
Yeah,
podcast
maybe
friendly.
listen to it on your own time.
So, let me think. You guys said you have a really young team. Are there any standout players that you guys really think are going to step up in the future and really shine?
I mean, I think right now, Addie Zhang, she's a freshman, she's starting. She is one of the smallest people on the court, but she gets so many rebounds and just brings so much energy every game. I love watching her develop. We also have Julia Stallworth. She's still recovering from her ACL tear from last season right now, but she's going to be amazing when she comes back. I'm so excited to watch her play.
Yeah, not only those two, but we also have Ashley and Sophia. They've been assets to our team right now. Ashley does not miss within the paint and inside the three-pointer. And Sophia, she's been getting rebounds, boxing out, and putting up shots. So I think next year they're going to be in good hands.
Any players that you really noticed between last year and this year that have made a big jump in their play?
Definitely Sophia Israel and Townsend Post. Townsend, Sophia, and Julia all come in every single morning, mostly Wednesdays, and work for an hour, just getting up shots and working really hard. And that's really great to see as a captain, just that everyone's working outside of it, so we can put a lot of work in while we're practicing.
Now, do either of y'all, when you're on the court, you can take any shot? What shot are you going for? You going to, for a layup? You going for a three-pointer? What's kind of y'all's favorite shots to go up? Yeah, dunk. Just throw it out there.
Corner three for sure. I don't think I could dunk, but the guy last night could dunk. Caleb Wilson, the 6'10" kid, that was great. He missed a dunk, but
He did miss.
he missed. But
Also, takeaways off.
Yeah, no, Stella's always up in the corner, so I'm not surprised that yours a corner three. I probably
The free throw.
I like a free throw because it's nice and calm. I don't have anybody trying to block it, and I can just like.
You have a good corner
She
shot.
drilled a corner 3 last Tuesday, right?
She and
Yeah.
last night.
Last night.
Last night
I
she had
wasn't at that
two.
one.
You had two.
Do you have a Max Preps account that you like post your highlights on?
Where's the
I
huddle?
don't, but I could.
Or yeah, the huddle.
Huddle comes out every single night after a game,
Yeah.
so we all see our highlights from that day.
Yeah.
If you guys could attribute your game to like one WNBA player or NBA player, who would you guys say you play like?
I don't watch WNBA, but I've heard that Kelsey Plum is a really good player.
You
So
look like her too.
she's a great player. She's a great point guard, and I think she's very tough. So like, I mean, I look up to her a lot. And then definitely Steph Curry's like my idol. She's
And then
Oh,
Kate,
yes.
who do you think you play like?
I don't know who I play like. I really like Caitlin Clark. I love watching her. Not saying I play like her, but if she was somebody I could like embody my game off of.
With the LSU saga, all those players, what do you guys think?
What?
were-
What is that
LSU?
trend?
We're not talking about like
Did you
Angel
just say
Reese
Iowa?
and all these.
Iowa?
No, it's
LSU.
LSU.
Oh,
Yeah, because
LSU.
yeah, I know what he's talking
There's
about.
there's a whole thing.
The LSU team, it's like Angel Reese didn't
Yeah, I saw
she
the
doesn't
beef.
have like
I
a
saw the
G, like a
beef.
she has like a
Yeah.
GPA that's low, and
Sub
she's like
2 GPA.
no,
And then the
it's like a
parents are fighting.
1.7 GPA, which Westminster
Wow.
would not have. But
Wow.
she's also just like I think she's gotten really like a big head from just like being so like winning the national championship and like she's been doing NIL deals, and I feel like I think she thinks that that's more important than like winning another national championship, and I feel like that program is definitely I don't know, I think they will be good, but I think they're going through a rough spot right now.
Yeah, I saw like she's like become really polarizing. There's some like big NBA names sticking up for her, and then like on the exact opposite side. So I'm not entirely sure how to take that situation. The coaches seem to handle it pretty well, trying to stick up for her players and not get like too much publicity to it, so we don't focus on the wrong things. But now focusing on Army basketball.
Yeah, so you signed to Army now. What kind of made Army stand out for you as well as Coach Traversy, and all that happened.
I mean, I went up this summer. I just was talking to them. I didn't have an offer or anything, and I went up with a friend. My parents didn't even go, and I was there on campus for just a day, and I got my offer then. And just being on campus like really stood out to me. Everyone was super nice, and I mean, it was just a different environment. It's just everyone's working hard, everyone's determined, and like this work ethic and just passion that everyone has on campus. It's just like it's unlike anything ever. So I knew like that's the place where I wanted to be.
Yeah, you ever watch any of their games? 2-5 on the year, 2-5 on the year, and they got a big matchup tonight actually, taking on the Vermont Catamounts.
Yeah, I've been watching some of their games. I know they went to Colorado to play Air Force and Texas, and playing TCU was very hard just because they're a Power 5 school, and I mean, just it was a good competition, but I mean, I don't think they're used to that kind of like high level stuff. So it was good to watch and see how they grew, but I think they're looking forward to the second part of the year just to push through.
Yeah, you're going to be playing some big-time names. And then also, your brother going to Navy. What's that rivalry going to be like?
I mean, we always like send text messages on the group chat, and like we kind of make fun of each other, and there's the Army-Navy games coming up this Saturday, so I mean, our family is definitely like, I don't know who to root for, but I mean, we just joke around. He always says that Navy's better, and I'll always say Army's better, so we'll probably get that for the rest of our lives, yeah.
Yeah, it is his birthday today.
It is his birthday today. Yeah, I know. I wish him happy birthday. My mom made a cake for our family, even though he's not here. And since he's at the prep school, which they all call prison, because like you literally cannot leave. I think a bakery within Rhode Island is like sending him a cake that my mom ordered. So hopefully he'll have a good birthday on base. I know he's been up since like 5 this morning, but hopefully it's a good 19th birthday.
Now, getting back to Westminster and basketball here, is there really any coach that's really shaped you into the player you are today?
I mean, honestly, we're so lucky to have all three of our coaches, Coach Argel, Coach Morgan, and Ty. All three of them, I think they're all kind of like experts in different areas, and they all help us in really different areas. So, yeah, this is my 3rd year playing with all three of them, and I'm just really grateful for everything that they put in. And they all have different coaching styles, but I think together it's like a good mix.
Yeah, I mean, kind of changing the fact that like I also play other sports. I feel like the biggest impact is Coach McLaughlin, Coach Mack. She's my softball coach, and I feel like she's just a great mentor to have. And she's like younger, so it's great to like that we have like things in common. And so, I mean, she's really just shaped me. She played Georgia softball, so she like knows a lot about sports, and she cares a lot about us as people. So I think it's great having her as a mentor.
And if there's one thing you're most proud of from the team, like the chemistry or how you guys play together, what would it be?
Probably just like how much we like all like each other. I feel like I feel like we really lucked out for the past few years just having great girls within the program, and everyone seems to care about each other. We have a trip coming up, and hopefully we'll get a lot closer. So we're going to Savannah, I think it's next weekend, and so we'll have a long bus ride and we'll stay in a hotel together. So I think that will also like shape us as a team.
Been talking about getting like closer knit together.
Is that trip post exams?
It's like literally like Messiah, and the next day we leave for 2 days with the boys trip, and it's we've done it every single year, but like we go different places. Like I think my sophomore year we went to the beach. We were in Florida, and we had like a huge house, and it was really fun. But we were there for like 4 days, which was a lot. And then last year we went up to like the mountains in North Carolina, and I think like it was really funny because Coach Ty would like make us dinner, and like it was just weird seeing them in like that aspect because he was just like walking around like eating pizza with us. And it was funny. But this year I think we have to stay in a hotel, and then the guys' team is also going to be staying in another hotel, and we're playing Coach Darling's new school down in Savannah. So it'll be good to see him and what he's brought to that program.
Yeah, shifting sides a little bit, going off the Westminster court. It's your senior year again, your final year at Westminster. Any traditions on the court or maybe even off the court that you're really looking forward to this year?
I'm excited for senior night. I think that'll be fun. I know I'm going to be crying a lot, so that's not as fun. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like we don't have a ton of like set traditions, but we have so much fun. I think just like whatever happens, it's a very spontaneous, unpredictable group. So lots of stuff happens, and I don't know, maybe we'll make some new traditions.
Well, I guess traditions. I guess handshakes not a tradition, but I really look forward to like coming out and like, we have to make a handshake with Julia, but soon she'll be in the starting five, so we'll have to find someone else to make a handshake with us. But I really enjoyed that part of the game.
And then, kind of reflecting on however many years you've been at Westminster, this is the final one, for better or for worse, and, a favorite memory or a couple from those years.
I think winning the region championship our sophomore year, it was my second year on the team, her first, and I mean, it was a great way to, I guess, continue our season. We played GAC, we lost to them my freshman year, region championships, and then we came back my sophomore year, and I mean, Coach Argyle talks about it all the time, but getting into that locker room after that game is like unlike anything before. Like everyone was pumped, everyone was screaming, like some people were crying, like it was a lot of fun. And that bus ride back, we were trying to like put like a slushie in our trophy. It was crazy, but it was a really good time. So that's definitely something I'll take with me forever.
Yeah, no, I think that's definitely been the highlight. That was just such a crazy time. I remember I had a broken nose at the time, so I couldn't play. But then at the buzzer, like we won the game at the buzzer, basically.
Yeah,
and we
all
all
tackled each other.
Yeah, and I just dove in the pile, even with my broken nose, and my mom was not happy about that. Yeah, but it was worth it, because that was a really special moment.
And I feel like every year you had something going on.
We're not going to talk about that, because I'm healthy right now, so.
Okay, yeah, no.
Yay.
Now, Kate, not only are you a varsity basketball player, but you are also play-by-play for WCAT football.
Yeah.
The first woman play-by-play.
She was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Paving the way.
And with that shout-out, too, by Fox News, that must have been crazy. So talk to us overall, how was your last year doing commentating for WCAT?
It's been so much fun. I really miss football. It was so fun doing it with Alex and Luke, our other announcer. I went into it, no idea what I was doing. Felt like I was like, this is going to be a disaster. Everybody's going to hate me. But Alex and Luke were very patient with me, and it was so much fun. I can't believe it's over, but the guys had such a good season. And yeah, that was really one of the first things. Once that was over, I was like, oh shoot, like things are starting to end. Like I'm going to be done here soon, which made me sad. But I'm so glad I have basketball now. Sorry. Because that's another thing that I can just like have a lot of fun with and enjoy my senior year.
Well, now, Palmer, you got to step up next year for announcing, or it could be knitting.
Ooh, or just all three. Make it the podcast on the football games.
No, or Alex
Oh.
might be doing
Although-
football too.
The problem is,
Yeah,
Carr doesn't do any prep for anything.
Yeah, but that's just because
I did more football prep this year than Carr did.
That's not true.
And then
That is so true.
No, it's not.
That is so true.
Stella, while Kate was in the booth.
So
Oh,
true.
I did all of the coaches.
You would show up, you wouldn't know the team we were playing.
yeah.
And I put on a show.
Stella, while Kate was in the booth, you were on the softball diamond. What's it like, doing a lot of sports, and how do you think that helps basketball? Or just really enjoy just being part of so many teams?
I mean, I feel like it's really great having different seasons 'cause it's like everything's like short and sweet. But I feel like softball, it's like a good 3 months, and I'm like I really loved it. And I miss it, but it's like I'm ready to go on to the next thing. And I feel like basketball is a lot longer season, so it's a little more painful in the winter just to get through because it's cold and tired. Everyone's tired, but I mean, I feel like it goes by really fast, and then lacrosse is going to come around, and I'll be ready to play lacrosse, but missing basketball. So I feel like it's good. I mean, I challenge my body in different ways every single day, so it's a lot of fun though.
So you're looking forward to, that's 3 sports in 3 different seasons. It's really, really tough.
Yeah.
If you had to give any advice to anyone who had to balance sports and academics, how would you have to, what advice would you give them, especially at Westminster?
Honestly, just take time for yourself. I know, take time for yourself. Sports is very rigorous, and so are academics, but don't be too hard on yourself. I mean, in time management, it's really big. Just know that when you have homework, when you have games, and how to manage that, and just be patient with yourself.
Kate, any other advice you'd give?
Yeah, I don't know how Stella survives. She is covered in bruises after every game. It's crazy. But yeah, no, I think it's important just to really plan things out, figure out how you're going to manage your time, like Stella said. At the end of the day, yes, being an athlete's important, being a student's important, but you're still a person at the end of the day. You need to take care of yourself, like Stella said, and keep time for rest, and then also just to have fun and do things you enjoy.
And then looking forward to the rest of the year, any goals for as a team? Win another region championship, make it farther in the playoffs, or even individually?
I mean, winning a region championship would be great. I think that'd be up against Holy Innocents, so we're definitely really anticipating Julia's return because I think she's a really huge piece to our team. And then going farther in the state playoffs, because I know last year ended sooner than we had liked, but I think reaching the 2nd or 3rd round again would be excellent for our team.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to that, particularly because this is my last year ever playing basketball. So I'm the farther we go in state, the longer I get to play. Yeah, you have 4 more years.
I have a long time.
Yeah. So I'm just looking forward to that. And honestly, I think if everybody can play hard while having fun, that's what we want at the end of the day. So it's gonna be a good season.
It's okay, Kate. There's always a pickup games at the Y. You can always join in.
You know
Or
me,
a club
yeah.
game or a club team.
I'll find
Oh yeah,
something.
that is true. Yeah,
You should do that.
Club
Yeah.
teams are they're a
Club
lot
teams
of
are
fun.
legit.
I'll find it.
Yeah.
I'll find it. Yeah.
Walk on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah, catch me at UGA walking on.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to end the interview how we end pretty much every single interview we have with one question. If you had to give advice to your former self, younger self, what would that be?
Probably don't take things too seriously. I feel I mean, I always tell myself it's okay. I mean, I used to be really hard on myself. I still am really hard on myself, but at the end of the day, I've been saying, we're just human, and I feel if you have a bad day, there's always the next day. So you just gotta keep your head up.
Yeah, definitely what Stella said. Be kind to yourself. I think also just enjoy every moment. I'm getting so sentimental. Y'all brought up the senior thing. And
I
I'm
know.
just
Now
I don't
I'm
wanna
kind of really
leave.
sad.
But I'm just even the days or at practice where we were running a bunch, where I'm oh, this isn't fun. I'm I know I'm really gonna miss those days. So yeah, just taking every moment, find any part of it to enjoy, because one day you're really gonna miss it.
Thank you guys so much for coming
It's
on.
a very retrospective
question.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you guys so much for coming onto the show, and good luck with the rest of the year. Clearly, you guys got a lot of talent on the court. Everything seems to be going your way.
All right, thank you so much, Stella and Kate. Always great to talk to you. And then talking about girls basketball, obviously they did fall to Holy Innocents last night, and they kind of talked about that. So and then they play this Friday against Hateville Charter. Last week they beat North Atlanta and Clarkson. So 5-1. Pardon me, 4-1 on the year, and 1-1 in region play.
This Friday is also a region game, correct, Palmer? So
Correct.
It should be an electric atmosphere. Friday night basketball games are always fun. We usually have a really good turnout, so it'll be a fun game to watch.
And if you can't make it in person, you can also always join WCAT on NFHS Network. So make sure to check it out if you can. And then boys will be playing after the girls.
7:30.
Yep. So that also is fun. Wrestling, they've had a lot of matches last week, and then this week as well. They're just in the thick of it right now. I also checked on Instagram, and a post was made by Westminster Athletics.
Yes.
By Palmer Ruth. Palmer, what have you seen from the wrestling team?
Yeah, it's a great, really gritty team. A lot of sophomores, some seniors. Every grade really full. They're getting their football team back. There's a hardcore, soul of the earth kind of the team. And then tonight, they are taking on, if I can find it, last night took on Blessed Trinity and Commerce up at BT. And then tonight, they're at home taking on Chambly and Decatur. So just even more wrestling. If you want, before the varsity team goes, hey, show up earlier and watch middle school wrestling take on Holy Innocents. Oh, they're away at St. Francis for that. Can't do that. Just a lot of wrestling action. Coach Joel has been really making them put in their work and, earning their rent.
I mean, you can't go to St. Francis and watch the middle school game. Alex will be there commentating, so make sure to check that out as well. It's always a fun atmosphere.
Middle school wrestling.
I don't want to study exams. I want to commentate middle school wrestling. That's what I'm here for.
You heard it from him first.
Yep. All right, swimming.
They're done.
More.
They're done pretty much until we come back from Christmas break. So, yeah.
So you guys practicing?
I guess
we're practicing.
The water got a little too cold.
Yeah.
No, we're still practicing.
Sounds like quitters.
Yeah.
Boys soccer.
Yep. Amherst beat George Washington
and Lee.
University in the soccer's finals for D3 in penalty shootout. So that we have two alums in that game, one on each side. Lucas Searle, our very own Daniel Searle's son, goalkeeper, class of 2023, played against Waymay Agbe for the Generals, which was also, it was just a fun game. I mean, Waymay had a great year winning Offensive Player of the Year for the ODAC Conference, so congratulations to him, but also congratulations to the Mammoths of Amherst for their great season.
And then after Lucas took down that team, they unfortunately did fall in the finals in overtime, 2-1. So overall, just a great year for both of them. Can't wait to see what they can keep on doing. Now moving, just like the transition I did in the football game, or the basketball game on Friday, from football to football, the Falcons got a win, 13-8 over the Jets.
Yeah.
Falcons, man.
Falcons, first place in the division.
First place in the division. The comical thing is, Panthers have one win, and they're still not out.
They're eliminated. They got eliminated.
They now are, thank God. Last week, they had one win. They were 1-10, and they still weren't statistically out of the playoffs.
They're 1-11 now, and they are eliminated.
Because of how bad that division is. Falcons 6-6 took down the 4-8 Jets. 13-8. Desmond Ritter put on a show. 12 for 27 passing for 121 yards. Sub 50% completion percentage, but no interceptions. So, you know what? A win's a win for Desmond Ritter, able to stack on 13 points on top of Bijan Robinson's back. 18 carries for 53 yards.
No touchdowns.
Posting a strong 2.9 average.
But they did spread the ball around a little bit to the three backs, Tyler Algier, Cordell Patterson, and Bijan Robinson. So it was a nice little sharing of the rock.
And Kyle Pitts, finally the leading receiver for the first time in his career with 51 receiving yards. And if you look at the people that got receptions, one's a wide receiver. Everyone else is either a tight end or a running back. So
This
clearly
just shows you the prolificness of the Atlanta offense. Very high end.
We're going to start running single wing.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how the Falcons.
Hey, prolific offense, the Patriots.
talking about a prolific offense,
Yeah.
Patriots put up. If I said the Falcons put on a show, Patriots lost 6-0.
You were talking about how bad the Panthers were at 1-11. The Patriots aren't that far behind. They're at 2-10.
Yeah, and I think we're rebuilding. Our defense is incredible. Like
Been
it is.
rebuilding since Tom Brady left.
no, because the year after Tom Brady we were 9-8, and then the year after we were 10-7.
You remember Mac Jones in the Pro Bowl?
I do remember that. Yeah, his gritty.
It's gritty.
So we were actually not bad, but now we're like, you know what, we got to rebuild. So I
Really
think we're
sad.
trying. I think we might be tanking because this offense is horrifically terrible. Some may say it's hellaciously terrible.
Vocabulary.
Yeah, 2-10, but the defense is really strong. Justin Herbert couldn't really put up anything, but Bailey Zappi and the offense. Look at that. Tyquan Thornton's averaging 39 yards per carry in the game. So,
Wow.
Ashley.
We're recording.
Maybe they need to get him more yards.
College football.
College football has been electric. SEC championship did happen on Saturday. Alabama
Texas
beat Georgia
fight.
27-24 in the SEC championship at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And the college football playoff committee had to make some tough decisions. And now the college football playoff is set. Number 1, Michigan. Number 2, Washington. Number 4, Alabama. Palmer.
And number 3, from Austin, Texas, from the 40 acres, your Texas Longhorns.
As you can see, we have a Texas Longhorn fan among
You
us.
do.
Among Us. You know, I'm really hoping, just purely because of Palmer,
Texas
who's
loses.
Texas playing first?
Washington.
Washington.
We
Washington.
lost them in our bowl game last year, the Alamo Bowl.
Yeah, I do. The playoffs this year were just so confusing, right? You had an undefeated team didn't make it in purely because their quarterback got injured in
Yeah.
FSU. Georgia didn't get it in. They've lost one time the past 3 years, and they lost by 3 points. They didn't get in. And personally, I think they didn't deserve to be in. FSU, it's painful that they aren't in, but like they wouldn't have done anything. So I do believe that the playoff situation is correct, but the Longhorns do have a challenge on their hands with Michael Penix Jr. So how do you guys think they'll fare?
Michael Penix is a really, really good player. So Penix is actually headed up to New York for the Heisman. He's one of the Heisman finalists. So
Yes.
they're a really good team.
Yeah, but I mean, Texas, they've already beaten Bama, one of the teams in the playoffs, right? That they wouldn't only face to the finals. And I think, Washington, if we just look back at their games, they've all been nail biters. They barely beat Oregon. They win by 3. Now let's go back. Oregon's a good
highly ranked
team.
team.
Okay.
Oregon had a good offense.
They beat Washington State by 3. They beat Oregon State by 2. They finally beat Utah by an entire touchdown. The USC by 10, Stanford by 9. Arizona State, who has been god-awful, they only win by 8. There we go. Thank you. Oregon, they beat by 3. Arizona, they barely beat. So they just haven't been beating kind of crummy teams by anything at all.
Who did Texas lose to?
Oklahoma,
Oklahoma. Okay.
What was the score?
it was the last-second drive down the field, and they got a touchdown.
Should be
So
a
they
fun
lost.
game though. Should be a fun game.
I'm
34-30.
30. Texas loses.
Yeah. If Texas loses, Palmer will come on the podcast wearing a head-to-toe in Washington gear next week.
I don't think next week. We'll do it
2
next
weeks.
month.
2 weeks. Next month in January.
Yeah.
2 weeks would be Christmas break.
Correct.
Yeah, happy Christmas, Merry
Christmas,
to
Happy
everyone.
Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa.
Today is pajama day.
Just happy
on the
holidays.
on the Westminster campus. As you can see, we are all wearing our pajamas.
Mm-hmm.
But
I do have pajama pants in my bag
I do
just
too.
in case someone goes, Alex isn't festive. I can be.
and then he puts his pajama pants on his head
Yeah.
where they belong.
I put them on even though the pants, I'll put it on my arms like it's
Yeah.
one of those sweaters that you only have like
On your arms.
just on your arms. Yeah.
And then also talking about college football, some alums decided to put their names into the transfer portal. Alex Paqueta, Holden Stays, and then Charlie Ham. So, best of luck to them in the portal, and hopefully they can find a new home.
We'll keep you posted on where they go and the impact they make at their next step in their journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think that's just about all from us here. Oh, well, we could talk about the Braves.
No.
The Braves.
Oh, they
Well,
got
still
Jared.
have
They got
Jared Kelnick.
Jared Kelnick. Hey, y'all got Alex Verdugo.
I said that earlier.
Did you?
Yep. Yes, when
Wait.
they're eating.
Oh, that doesn't
okay.
count.
Well,
Yes, it does. My brother texted me last night that the Yankees got Juan Soto, and he definitely saw the Twitter post that I saw too, and I thought it was real, by the New York Yankees.
That's my favorite account.
It's so stupid. It hurt. I thought the Yankees got Juan Soto. But we
Arson
did get Alex
Judge.
Verdugo.
yeah, should be a nice little pickup.
Yeah, Braves got Jared Kelnick for literally a
Nothing.
bag
of
of
chips.
peanuts.
Yeah.
It's wild.
But yeah, it'll be fun. Shohei Ohtani saga.
Going to the Yankees.
Nah, not true.
Didn't you hear the quote that he doesn't want to play in New York?
Yeah. But Shohei has. Did you? He had
The
like
media,
He had
weird.
one request for all teams.
Yeah,
keep it quiet.
Teams don't leak what they're talking.
Exactly.
And
but
then Dave Roberts sits down and goes, "We're talking to Shohei Ohtani." And
Oh,
then-
no, but it's okay. I thought he said he just doesn't want to leak the information, not that he's talking with teams.
But apparently
just-
they were upset with him. So
They were not happy. And now, yesterday, you felt like almost all the baseball writers kind of started talking crap about Ohtani, kind of frustrated about his policy, which makes no sense. He's an individual. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So it kind of seems weird that they're, like, going against him almost.
well, he's in general a private guy. We haven't really seen him put too much out there. He's
Yeah.
quiet in his kind of his own world. So I think it's not really much of a surprise. But the writers, they want their money. They want their
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah. So the Writers are definitely just disappointed that they can't get all squeeze
Clickbait.
Ohtani for all the money they can get.
But once he signs, everybody else will start
Oh, yeah,
signing.
no.
So once he starts, the floodgates will just open up.
I think he's kind of like he's obviously the blockbuster trade or pickup besides Yamamoto from Japan.
Yeah.
Really excited to see where he signs. Probably the Mets. Yamamoto said he wants to play with someone
Else
from
So
Japan.
Kodai Senga.
So Kodai Senga, he knows him pretty well, I believe. So Mets look like it's going to be a favorite. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.